Hello. Today I want to do a seasonal reading, and I have a couple of these that I have put onto the channel so far. The way I do a seasonal reading is that I have divided the hexagrams of the I Ching into four stacks. Um, every hexagram, every change has a season that is associated with that that type of change has the essence or the it aligns with the kind of transformation that you could feel or see or that would feel aligned to that particular season. That's a winter transformation or a fall transformation or a spring transformation, right? And so the way those seasons sort of work is that the fall is about harvesting, winter is about seed planting or finding the seeds, or spring is about new growth, the sprouting of the seeds, and summer is about fruits ripening. So um, you can see how different transformations might have those gestures. I think that's the word I was looking for. And so now that I have them divided that way, I'm going to pull a card from every season. But what will make this a summer seasonal reading is that I'm going to show the first card will be spring and the second card will be summer, which will show us kind of the summer transformation from spring to summer that we've been experiencing as we're going through this season right now. We're nearing um, that true summer moment time of year. Litha's Friday. And so going in from spring to summer with that first set of cards. And I think of that as sort of our external transformation, the transformation of the world around us, the things we are moving within. Um, and the fall and winter transformation will be a mirror of that. It will be what's happening within us as we move within that season. I think that probably makes sense. I hope so, anyway. So there's two cards for the external circumstance sort of change that you're living inside of. And then there's two hexagrams for um, the internal state, the thing that is happening within you. And they are inverse to each other. In my experience, that's something that I've sort of intuited from my own spiritual study. So let's get started. This is our spring pile. And these are a little too small to do like a bridge shuffle, so I'm just going to do it this way. And then I will not look while I magnetically feel here for the one, this one. Whoa, whoa. We have harmony, hexagram 11. Seek to find deep truths within yourself. The conditions are right for discovery. Heaven is coming. The world is accommodating. The basic serves the divine, a connection between opposites that sparks creativity and the birth of something new. Everything is in its place. So this is our spring. We have been moving more away from that particular place of harmony. We have been in that place of harmony and we're moving from it into something else. So let's see which direction it's going. Heaven and the world are the primal or divine um, masculine and feminine energies within the universe. And in hexagram 11, they are moving towards each other. They are finding union with one another. They're um, harmonious. That's the title, harmony. So, um, but that is considered a pretty, a, nothing is fixed. So once you find harmony, the moment you find it, you are already readjusting into a different place. Um, it can only be that way for so long. So our summer hexagram is, woohoo, adornment, hexagram 22. Elegance and cleverness are nice, useful even, for a short while. The advice of this hexagram is about taking on the correct amount of attachment to superficial aspects of the personality. It is acceptable to adapt how we carry ourselves to the circumstances to an extent, but it is a trap to begin using the persona as a mask that prevents us from deeper human development. This hexagram to me is all about authenticity. It's all about finding the um, the authentic way of expressing the self and the moments when it's appropriate to authentically express ourselves versus to have um, a code, you know, that we carry with us or that mask, right? So when we look at these together, what we get is um, this one has the sun beneath the earth, and this one has heaven beneath the world. They are both, the hexagrams on top are both falling down hexagrams, and the hexagrams on the bottom are both rising hexagrams. So they're both in that moving towards each other sort of union flow type of movement. Adornment is at least it's very fitting for summer where I am here because our summers are um, it's a very short, intense, bright, um, but fairly fleeting moment in the same way that this harmony is fleeting, in the same way that the sun is setting at the foot of that mountain. It's sort of just this glimmer that comes and goes brightly for a few moments. We don't have a very long, or at least not a super long summer here. It's hot for a while. It's been rainy this year. Um, the changing lines we see here are 2 and 6. 2 and 6 are changing. So we'll look at this a little more closely as far as our external circumstances go before we move on to our internal. Though I'd like to kind of save my broad overarching insights for the big picture when I have all four of them, because things tend to come together in crazy ways when I look at it that way. But just a moment, let's look at 11. Other names for 11 besides harmony is peace, tranquility, prosperity, conjunction, synthesis, holy marriage. It's associated with spreading of abundance and or the flowering and opening or expanding, a kind of communion, um, kind of offering yourself to a highest ideal. You have been in this place where there is energy kind of flowing into you. Maybe it was a newfound sort of energy that's allowing you to feel that opening or that flowering quality about yourself. You're connected to what feels like a growth or a flow kind of movement. Um, Uncovering or growing into a new aspect of yourself, something that um, really feels true to you and authentic to you, that maybe you haven't grown into before. It's a new kind of growth for you. More possibilities are becoming visible to you than maybe you have felt for things that were possible in the past. Things that didn't even weren't even in your field of vision are now entering your field of vision as possibilities. Um, it's really important to feel um to feel into this what the natural way to move into it is. What is the nature of this kind of growth that you're in? What is its cycle? Um, kind of watch it and observe it and be curious about what you're feeling and growing into right now. What does it embody? What is its most, what is the true value at the heart of this kind of growth for you? Um, is it your value? Is it the growth's value? Are you stepping in and into its flow, or is it, you know, is it matching into you? Uh, these are valuable questions that will bring you into a rhythm that will be productive and harmonious with that growth. Um, you're going to see just those opportunities coming up, those openings, those connections, sort of. You've probably been seeing them. And I'm going to get into our changing lines and we'll see if they're still actively going or if this is more of a past place. What I most feel here is that self self-discovery is the theme, has been the theme of your spring. Um, has been very much a place of self-discovery. And since we are in that sort of outer circle where the next two will be about your inner state, um, it's not necessarily been generated from within you. That's my takeaway here is I asked about your outer world with this reading. And so this self-discovery and growth has been brought to you, it has come to you from somewhere else. It has not been self-generated. It's been just the process of going through what you're going through right now has been what has tr ignited this kind of growth for you. And I said it was lines 2 and line 6. Let's quickly go over to this advice to the superior individual. So we're not quite allowing inner virtue to rule the psyche. Um, well, this is looking different than I'm used to. The king uses the wealth of the nation to achieve the ways of heaven and earth and to support their designs, so as to bring the sentiments of the people to the center, so as to influence the people. The ruler administers the way of heaven and earth and assists the proper balance of heaven and earth, thereby helping the people. That idea of that observing aspect, that's the advice. The big advice here is that really this change has come to you from outside of you. Watch it, be curious about it, observe it to in order to most support your growth, in order to most influence and sustain um, and help the people who are, you are the people, you are part of the people, but also maybe your household, maybe your community. Um, so line 2 Hmm. I'm sensing that you've been the only competent one in this situation. You've been feeling what seems like an unsurmountable obstacle of ignorance of other people, and that has been frustrating. That has been a kind of wake or current that you're just like wading through with all your strength, right? Um, this is this is the way of life for you. It may have not always that new apparent um new things coming into vision for you. It may not have always been super clear to you just how um large how per pervasive, I guess, the ignorance could be, um, the unculturedness or the crassness or the undeveloped minds. You have kind of crossed a threshold in your own growth that has put it so that you can't unsee that, right? A veil was lifted. Um, and that's going to be a fact of life for you in this having crossed this threshold. You don't get to go back. And so it's important to focus not on, to be kind of gentle, um, to kind of cultivate a inner peace or at peaceness about this situation, because it can become inflammatory within you. It can be festery, but in a way, it's not their fault that they're ignorant or uncultured or um, undeveloped into the level that you are. That's just not every human's path, right? It's not within your power to cultivate everyone around you. Um, yeah, I think just it's important to focus on your own ways of finding inner peace, finding gentleness and patience, um, and doing the work that you see ahead of you, those um, options and possibilities that are opening up to you will benefit everyone. They will benefit the whole and the collective and the um, in in ways that you may not see now. But that your focus should be on work for the sake of the work and not yeah, not getting weighed down by this perception of others around you. That, I'm calling it a perception. It may be just what you're facing right now. Um, in line 6, I'm going to go look one more time at line 2. Attach yourself to the quiet at the center of the heart, and you will flourish. Cross the river. Do not put off crossing the river. You may feel like your partners, those who were with you before, are just disappearing or they just aren't with you anymore. But you must find that center of the heart, that quiet place at the center of the heart, and continue to um, continue to go on. That's the message for line 2. And this may or may not feel like something you're still experiencing. It may feel like something that you've already done or you've had to put put up with. We're going on to line 6, which is probably going to feel more central, like where you are at right now. Your whole belief system may have dissolved, may be dissolving, may be shattering right now. Um, it could be a very confusing and emotional, disorderly feeling process. And that is part of your transformation. Um, the line says the castle walls crumble back into dry moats. Don't use the army. Give orders in one's own domain. Even if right, there will be regret. The city wall falls into the moat. Do not use troops. From the city, announce the mandate. Determination is stressful. So these words are kind of codes. So the troops or the army is often your inner parts of yourself, your base impulses. It can be your instincts. It can be your emotions. It can be your these are the things within you that you have to work with to combat this. And it's saying don't call on them right now. Don't give them orders. Let this transformation kind of do its own thing. That's the advice that things are going to crumble down. It's going to feel crazy and awful. And that's just what it's meant to be right now. Um, trying to give actions or give orders to these armies is going to be distressful for you. It's going to cause more struggle. Um, really focus on that peaceful heart center is what I would say. It may be helpful to, you feel like you're kind of unrecognized and unseen, and your partners are not connected to you anymore. They're kind of leaving you. Those who you have relied on before, it may be time to just really settle yourself into a different social circles, different people that have an alignment with these values and these growth patterns that you are currently undergoing. That may be the best way to just sort of like find that peace in the situation. Okay, this is your outer. We're going to go grab the others. I feel like this is going to be in a little extra long. We got fall here. I'm going to do something down here right quick. All right. This is going to be a little deeper dive and a little more insight on what's actually really, really, truly happening inside of you. So, that other process was happening to you, around you. That process of the harmony, um, sort of fading, the harmony sunsetting, right? That's how I would describe in just short words what's going on around you. And this is going to be your inner world. And we're drawing a fall card. We have, the abyss, hexagram 29. Dangers upon dangers and depths within depths. If your heart is authentic, that's that word again, your struggle will be productive. The hexagram speaks of the depths of the soul, the risk inherent in searching oneself honestly. How much riskier is it to go through one's life without ever knowing oneself? Traverse dangerous terrain as water. Follow, fill, and flow. The lines of this hexagram speak of revealing depths upon depths of awareness. I think this really echoes quite nicely that idea that um, you're discovering yourself through things that are happening to you right now, and that possibilities and opportunities are kind of opening up, awarenesses are opening up in this case. That may be what that's really speaking about as a result of the sort of what was harmonious at one time becoming um, kind of dissolving and crumbling away. Uh, you're you're really into um, a sense of a self-discovery journey. I feel like I've already said it. On the other side of things, that's interesting, but let's see where this is going. Okay, so this will be our winter hexagram. Oof, okay. So we have, that's a dandelion, if you can't tell in the light here. 57, surrender, a penetrating wind that can flow over any form and into any cranny. Don't think it, just feel it. The challenge is matched with skill so well, you need only to immerse yourself completely in the task at hand. The ruling line of the hexagram describes a successful hunt where the hunter surrenders to their environment and senses and walks in the footsteps of their prey and responds in harmony with nature. And so this speaks very strongly to me on the advice to kind of um, observe carefully, to not command the army or give it orders just yet, to just kind of be and let the transformation complete itself. It's hard sometimes to let go of the control, to let go of the need to take action because you feel like the only validation you have is in what you do. If you're not doing anything, it can sometimes feel like you're being lazy or irresponsible or negligent or just not taking control when you should be. And these are things you have to let go of right now. Because you're in the abyss. And actually, it's very high risk there. Um, let's see what we have on our. So we have air over air and moon over moon. So air transforming into moon puts us at line 3 and 6 as our changing lines for the abyss. Let's take a look at that. Other names for the abyss. So much fun. Ghost River. That one's good. We have double pitfall, multiple dangers, the deep, dark force, the perilous pit, the symbol of sinking. It's a time that is critical that will test you. A hole or a cavity or a snare or a trap or even a grave. Um, midnight winter, black rushing water, facing dangers, collecting forces, plunging. Um, that is for the abyss right here. Yeah, you're not feeling harmony anymore, right? It's really moved on. It's really crumbled. Um, connecting your inner and outer goals, refusing to take on other people's problems. Focus on your own needs. It will feel like you're just facing an unending series of challenges. Um, and it's hard, when you are in that place to just trust the process. Um, and it can just feel like false, empty words when people are just like, it'll get better eventually. Um, what happens to us only makes us stronger, right? And that's what this is saying. And I feel terrible saying it to you because it just is not what you want to hear. I'm looking at line 3 and line 6. I'll look at the superior individual first. Superior people constantly practice virtue and learn how to teach. Uses rules actualizing Tao to move. The Tao in power. So the Tao is that flow. It's that rhythm and that cycle of nature, which really we were advised to watch closely and to really get curious about because when you align your actions into that flow, that is sometimes the least challenging or troubling way to move forward, right? It's the um, maintaining your connection to yourself and learning from the trials that have been provided. That's one of those lines of advice to the superior self. Dangers coming and dangers are going. The subject is in danger and unable to escape. Enters into the depths of a pit and nothing useful is coming. Every step is bringing more danger. We should take refuge in neutrality and disengagement until the way out shows itself to us. Stop now. Remain calm and wait it out. I feel like it's almost the same advice we got on this other one, which was just like find that peace in you, in your heart. Just don't sit and watch and wait it out. That's what we have. Ugh, this is not beautiful. It's just what it is. He is, t and that is the first changing line. The second one may be where you feel like you are right now. Maybe you've been waiting it out. Maybe you've really felt that danger upon danger and there's nothing I can do, and you've thrown your hands up. And I just want you to know that was all you could do. And good job calling it if that's what you've been doing. This one says tied with black ropes and surrounded by thorny vines. He cannot set himself free. And that's what the surrender is really about. I mean, don't make it a dandelion flying in the wind. Make it a white flag you're holding up. You're like, I surrender. Um, there is a line that says, your limiting beliefs are imprisoning you. You are imprisoned by illusions. So some of this may be truly your perception, and that surrendering and that letting go and that giving up will help those perceptions kind of release like fog, crumble away like the walls of the castle, so that you really can see and open up the possibilities that are coming towards you that are just invisible right now. That is something to really put into your heart and sit with. If you go on as you are, you will be bound, judged, and imprisoned. Disperse bad blood, or your pain will trap you. Yeah. I don't have hopeful words, empty words to offer you. What I have is just sage advice. Just this is what it says here on the page. And it says to surrender. It says to wait it out. And that by letting go of your attempts to control the situation, you will have new options coming before you, new possibilities revealing themselves. But you're trapped right now. And um, that's all I have. It's a season, quite a season to be going through. I feel you.